Welcome to Keystone Strategy Trading. Please take a moment to review our performance disclaimer and then we'll get started.
Hello and welcome to Keystone Strategy Trading. Over the last few weeks or probably even months, if you're like me, you've been kind of bombarded by a lot of advertising about AI trading bots, how these trading bots can, take a small account, grow it to a huge account, claims of ROI, monthly returns of 5-10%, taking your accounts from 10,000 to 200,000 or whatever it may be. And after watching these pop up over and over and over again, I thought, I want to see if I could dig into these a little deeper and see what I find, see if there's anything out there that has any merit at all. So after going through them, I kind of figured out a way to weed through some of them is if they immediately want a large fee, and it seems like the fee is they've honed in on is about 10K. So a large number of them say, 10K up front, and then you trade our system, and within some number, 90 days, you can get all your money back if you're not happy. And then I spent some time looking at all of the different reviews on those, and it seemed like those are the ones that seem to struggle the most as far as coming up with too many red flags to go any deeper on. So I kind of discounted a bunch of those. Then I started digging in and looking for ones that were more reasonable subscription fees. You could start them up and stop them at any time. You might have to give up the month that you're in for that subscription fee. But the claims were not astronomical. They were more reasonable. Reasonable where I'm saying, if the S&P is giving you an average of 10% over the years, maybe they claim that they're going to give you something a little better than that, but not grow your account astronomically. And so this video series, and hopefully there will be more of these as we go over time, if we can pick up some other services. But this video series is going to be one that we've honed in on called TradeWithMaya. Their service is trading options, and they've been around for quite some time with the signals that they teach and use. But most recently, they've created an automated trading bot, and they're posting their trades, and they're giving, like I said, again, reasonable expectations. They're very good, but, and it's enticing to take a look at, but it's somewhat believable. So if that sounds interesting to you and you want to follow along with our video series, we're happy to have you go along with this. So the next thing I wanted to do was talk just a little bit about what Maya is and how it works. I can't go into the details of everything they do, but what they have advertised on their website, I can share that with you. So it is an options trading strategy. They focus in on 30 to 45 days to expiration. They are very bullish. They're using at-the-money bull call spreads. They are targeting a 50 to 100% gains on each trade. They're enforcing a fixed stop loss of 50%. So each risk that they're taking on each trade, in other words, what do they pay for that spread, is $250. So the expectation is that on any given trade, if it's a loser, that you would only lose $125. They are executing their trades through a third-party service called PeakBot. So if you want to investigate that, you can look them up as well. And if you want more details about their trades, TradeWithMaya trades, they have a lot of details about every trade that they've taken, They started the service up live about a year ago. This is 2026 in May. So about a year ago, when they started up the service. And they're posting all of their trades. Once the trades close out, they post it online so you can see the history of what they have traded in the past. They don't have their open live trades up, but they do have a very good posting of the historical trades. So in this series, what we're hoping to do is, or what we're going to do, is we are going to open up a live account with TradeWithMaya, and we're going to trade along with them for some period of time, hopefully several months, if not maybe to a year. So as long as it's going along well and we don't blow up the account or anything, we'll keep it going. So let's talk a little bit about what we're trying to accomplish here, as far as we want to have an unbiased view. So we want you to, if you want to watch the series and follow along with us, we want you to have confidence that this is not me trying to sell their service. It's more of me trying to figure out, does it have value, and should we discount it and not use it at all? But if it does work, then I would say, you'll have all the information you need to make your own decisions about whether you want to try out the service or not. So, I'm not getting any compensation whatsoever from the service, from the folks at TradeWithMaya. I'll be funding the account myself, self-funded. So we're not expecting them to waive subscription cost, or we're not getting any kind of affiliate links or anything like that. So the objective is to be completely unbiased. We're going to turn it on. We're going to let it run. And then we're going to try to do some weekly videos where we compare to what our account did versus what TradeWithMaya did. So that's really kind of the intent of this. That's what we're hoping to do. We did speak with the folks at TradeWithMaya. So what was encouraging to me is the fact that I reached out to them and I said, hey, this is something that we want to try to do. And, at first they were like, well, who are you? And, are you my competition? And, well, it's a fair question. But once I assured them that all I'm doing is doing an assessment, they're like, yeah, bring it on. So that was like, if they had balked at it or were trying to say, well, maybe, but they were like, yes, jump on it. And I said, okay, well, help me out with, if I want to give it a fair shake, I want you guys to have a fair shake. How should I set the account up? Is there any settings I need to do? So I thought we'd go over those settings that are available for the user to set. The second thing that was kind of encouraging to me is the fact that there's not a lot of settings you have to choose. So it seems like some of these services, they give you lots of options. And then if things don't go well, then the response is that, well, you picked wrong. So if you'd have picked these other options, you would have done well, or different things like that. So with this service, there's really not a whole lot of options here. So largely you either turn it on or you turn it off. So, but we did reach out to them, and they provided what they would suggest that we start out with to give their service a fair shake. Right off the bat, they said you need to give it, several months to ensure that you've gone through any period of time where strategy is not performing stellarly in any given month. So over a 2-3 month period of time would be a fair assessment. So we've agreed that we're going to try to do that. I think the only thing that would prevent us from continuing and not turning it off would if we exceed the advertised drawdown. So their advertising drawdown is 4%. I think that we'll probably let that go a little past the 4%, but probably not much past that. So if we exceed the 4%, we might go as much as 6%, and then we'll probably shut it down. The other settings that are available to us is what they call a multiplier. The multiplier just tells you how many contracts you're going to be trading for each one of the positions. There's also like I said, which symbols you can choose from. Maya has a subset that it will trade, but you can also narrow that down and only pick certain symbols that you want to trade. There's a position size limit. They recommend that you set this so that you can trade two positions for any one symbol at the same time. And to set that so that you can trade two, since it does $250 for each position, they recommended that we set that to $550, so there's a little bit of cushion there. I'm assuming that maybe that's for slippage. The capital that we selected was $30,000. That was their recommendation. So we plan to actually set that account up for the $30,000. There's an option to choose your brokerage account, who you want your broker to be. There's 2 or 3 options. One was Tasty Trade, which worked out great for us because we already have an account at Tasty Trade. Then again, there's the choice to stop the service or not, or start it up, so you can start and stop the service. So with that option, again, we're gonna let it ride up until a 4% drawdown, and again, we might likely take it a little further past that. So if this is interesting to you, again, we welcome you to come follow us along and see where this goes. The next week, we're going to go ahead and set up get the account fully set up and fully funded. We'll probably do another video or 2 of the process of getting everything set up. And then once we get it all set up, our goal is to have it turned on, starting live, where it starts taking trade from the bot on June 1st. And again, this is we're in May of 2026, so the bot should go live. Our expectation is to have it to go live on June 1st. So look for a couple more videos next week, and then from that point forward, we'll start posting weekly videos, and we'll just see where this goes.
Thanks for watching. If you're interested in learning more, have any questions for us? Please visit our website at KeystoneStrategyTrading.com.